Ahoy hoy, I'm Planetwalk, and I have a very important message to share with everyone before we continue on with the video. Do not do what I did and watch this video without facepalm protection. You have been warned. But anyway, on with the video.
You know, when you hit somebody with some intelligence, how you measure intelligence in the heliocentric world is by how many different ways that you can die along with everybody else in this world instantly from some catastrophic. Yeah, it is. It is. You'll handle it. This is hearsay. You've got a.
This is not hearsay.
He said. Oh yes, sir. It is. It's he said. He said. She said. You have
this
no
is an
idea.
Observation taken with
100 exactly from somebody else, not you. You don't know if they manipulated this photo. You can't tell me 100% they haven't or have.
Well, if they,
you cannot.
If they manipulated this,
the bottom is cut off. The bottom is cut off.
If they manipulated this
buildings,
well,
I'm saying buildings there. Why would
this
I be
was a
flat
earther who took this photo.
I understand that. I understand that.
So
why would I see buildings if I'm 100 miles away? Why would I see buildings on the shore?
So the reason why is because they are 20 miles away from the buildings. Mount San Jacinto, the mountain in the distance, is 123 miles away, not the buildings. The buildings are only 20 miles away. How would you reduce wind to zero? How would you reduce wind to zero?
Vacuum chamber. Vacuum chamber.
You're going
Oh man, don't do the fucking laughing thing. I thought you were going to be different.
Do you think that you can take an observation like this at 123 miles away in a vacuum chamber?
No, you only need 6 miles to disprove curvature.
Do you think that we're gonna really have a vacuum chamber that's 6 miles long? Oh,
are you kidding me?
Pumping oil or whatnot.
This is specifically for this. Okay, no, this one will be created specifically.
Like, no one's going to fund that. No one.
I'm funding NASA right now. So we take NASA's budget and we make a pipeline.
You're not going to be able to...
Zillions of dollars.
You're not going to be able to...
Do you want to prove the curvature of Earth scientifically and fucking validate everything?
It's already been done.
Theorizing about? Everything you believe in is theoretical. And it all can change if you did this science experiment right here. Do you want to hear about the science experiment?
What is the science?
And you can verify every step. You can verify every step.
All right, let's.
You want to play?
Yeah, let's see what your science experiment is.
In order to prove the curvature of the Earth scientifically, you're going to build a 6-mile long pipeline. Let's make this thing huge, okay? Since we got NASA's budget, we can make this thing huge, okay? And it'll still be trillions of dollars cheap. Let's make this thing 20 feet.
Continue.
So do you agree on this?
I think that this is going to be very, very hard to be able to even, like, get started, so...
How do you mean?
Well, firstly, I don't know how you're going to even lobby like the US government to say, okay, build this pipeline to prove the Earth is a globe. Here I've got a book in my hand. You probably can't. You can't see it because I'm not sharing my camera. But right, this book has pages in that. Now, if I have an electronic book, that is a completely different thing to a book, right? There's a great Vsauce video on this where he talks about, I can't remember the type of word, but you basically add another word before something, and that completely changes the definition of what you're talking about. When I say...
Yeah, it changes the context, but it doesn't change the meaning of the word.
Yes, it does. An electronic book is not a book.
No, it sure doesn't. It sure doesn't.
Is an electronic book a book? Like
you can fight this all you want to, but I'm just literally sticking to the rules, guy.
Hold on, I've literally got the definition of the word book pulled up here. A written or printed work consisting of pages glued or sewn together along one side and bound in covers. An electronic book...
when you say electronic book, you're putting two different words. You have to, if you're just saying book, you're talking about paper. If you're talking about electronic book, which is fucking two different fucking words, you're talking about a different thing.
And when I'm talking about scientific theory, I'm not talking about the casual definition of theory.
That is scientific in nature.
No, it's a theory that has been rigorously tested.
Star Trek.
There's problems with your experiment. Firstly, where are you going to get the funding for this experiment?
We got it.
No, we don't.
Pretend.
This
is not an actual experiment. This is not an actual experiment. We're theorizing right now. This is called a theory.
You're going to have problems with even getting that built. That's why I prefer to go with observations that have already been made, rather than...
How much money is given to NASA?
Do you think you're ever going to be able to convince NASA to build that? Do you really think that you're going to convince NASA to build?
Have you seen the government? Have you seen the state of the government? Nobody is into the government at all anymore.
You are not going to convince...
I'll fund it my fucking self, dude. I'll fund it myself.
Then go do it.
It's not that expensive. Okay, let's run through it. Make sure it's scientific.
No, go do it. Like, actually build it.
Scared?
Just actually build it.
Let's get the fucking parameters straight, guy. We're going to put some kind of liquid in here. Yeah? What do you think? Maybe some water? Do you think water would be suitable? Maybe some saline, saline water. What do you think?
You do realize that that's just not going to work.
Why?
You plan to make this a vacuum, right?
I might. No, I know. The vacuum chamber is just it's not all the time going to pull vacuum chamber. The vacuum part of it means you can vacuum particular atmosphere out, and you can have particular atmosphere in it.
Like, what do you mean vacuum particular atmosphere out? Like,
you can put hydrogen if you want hydrogen only, or you can put fucking carbon dioxide. You understand?
Like, why would you?
Because you are doing a science experiment. There is endless opportunities. You change the environment, you change the parameters. It's a nice experiment. Every scientist would agree. Why is Bedford Level inaccurate to you?
Because it wasn't accounting for things like refraction.
Atmospheric refraction, which is
basically light bending.
Uh-huh. And why does it do that?
Because it is traveling through a it is traveling through a density gradient in a way that it is being bent towards the Earth.
What's it dense with?
What do you mean, what is it dense with?
What is it dense with? What does it consist of that makes it so dense?
Well, it consists of atmosphere.
And what does that atmosphere consist of?
I mean,
what is the bend? Why is it bend?
Why does light bend? Well, it bends because it's actually
in the atmosphere. In the atmosphere.
Because it's traveling through different.
Why does light bend?
Because it's traveling through different densities.
Densities of what? Densities of what?
Densities of atmosphere.
And the atmosphere is made out of
a whole lot of different things.
The thing that bends light.
Well, it's just density that bends light, though.
I'll give you a little hint.
No, it's not water that bends light.
Yes, it is the atmosphere. The atmospheric refraction is the amount of water that is in the atmosphere that is bending light.
No.
Go ahead and look it up.
No.
Go ahead and look it up right now. Go ahead and I got to refill my water.
I don't think that's true. I think it's just...
Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson both said that this is actually trash. What you drew just now is actually
Holy
trash.
shit! Holy shit!
No, listen.
Hold on. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse Tyson is in the call. When did he join the call? Like, science operates within a margin of error.
No, it is.
There is a margin of error that is taken into...
That's what you've been taught.
Yeah.
Who has said that to you? Who said that to you?
Everyone.
Who said that to you?
Like,
exactly. Who?
Who the
fuck is everyone?
Every science professor that I've ever...
Make it right.
Every science teacher that I've ever had...
It right.
Every science teacher that I've ever had has said that there's a margin of error. If I were to bring AB Science, or I could... AB Science is in the chat. AB Science literally said...
I don't give a shit what you say. You can't leave this out.
AB Science literally just said in the chat, every fucking scientist, and he is a scientist.
Say it again.
Refraction is not a big issue in the Eratosthenes experiment.
In the Eratosthenes experiment. Okay, that's done over the Mediterranean, right? Is that correct?
No.
Oh my God, are you sure, dude?
Alexandria to Cyrene? No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It's like right next to the Mediterranean. You're pretty sure, but I'm 100% positive. Go ahead and look it up.
You've got a whiteboard there. Can you write down Snell's law?
It doesn't look good. Oof, I don't know that.
You don't know Snell's law?
Yeah, I don't know. Snell's
So-
law. I'm not gonna write out the.
So you don't know Snell's law, but you
I
are
don't-
talking about refraction as if you're some fucking expert on it.
Something. I do want to ask the question, right? Why didn't the Bedford Level experiment account for the fact that my great-grandfather didn't have trousers on the day that they did it? Well, why didn't the Bedford Level experiment account for that? Jason?
Your grandpa didn't have he had his dick out? I don't understand what this
Yeah,
stuff is.
he didn't have pants on. Why didn't the Bedford Level experiment account for that?
Because it has absolutely nothing to do with that.
It might have. Did they test for that?
No, that's why they should put it in a controlled environment. You can't have a refractive index through solid. You have to have it's water.
Glass.
What about glass?
Glass. Okay, it's glass. It can't be anything.
Anything has a
Can't be a
refractive
rock.
index.
We're talking about this right here. Agreed?
I don't know what you've drawn there. Okay.
That's a ray of light, and that is hitting water for the first time. That's what you're talking
Okay.
about.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And this is
Can we agree?
Yeah. Okay. If that's fine. You see what this sine function? You see this sine function?
Yes. Can I apply it to my diagram before you go any further?
Go for it.
Is that correct? That's
I'm not-
exactly what you just drew. That's exactly what you just drew,
that's
isn't
fine.
it?
That's fine. Okay. Now,
Please say
what-
yes,
what-
that is correct, or no, that is incorrect.
For what I think you're showing, that's fine. Okay. But
Please
I want
say
to draw
that
your
is correct
attention
or
to
is
the
incorrect.
sine
Please
function.
don't be vague.
From what it's correct.
I like not being
I think
vague. Okay,
I
thank
think it's correct from what I think you're trying to show. Now, you see this sine function.
Bring that up on the computer screen, please. Not just your drawing. I want to see that actual thing because that looks like a sine wave. I've
It
never
is a
seen
sine wave.
sine waves. Yeah, I've never seen that incorporated with light bending like this. Go ahead and put it up there. I just want to see. I just want to see what you're talking about.
Do you want to
Other
show
than a
your
drawing.
other thing, AB Science? The other other diagram, which
This one.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you're saying this is correct, though. This is what you said. As soon as it comes in, Snell's law comes into play. It's no longer a
Do you guys
line
call it
going
Snell's
100% correct. Are you? Yeah. Yeah, you brought it up, so I'm gonna use it on you. How about that? Yes, it is. You can't leave out shit because you want a outcome. It doesn't work that way. That's pseudoscience.
Yeah, it doesn't
Science
work that
doesn't
way,
give a
so
shit
stop
what you
doing it.
want. Yes. What are you talking about? Then you got the sun rays coming in, perpendicular. They bend. You look like a fucking idiot. Seriously, 'cause this is all scientific. This is established, dude. Scientist guy, tell me that I'm wrong.
You've misunderstood many things.
This is Dunning-Kruger at its peak.
Oh, let's talk about Dunning-Kruger. Do you understand that Dunning-Kruger was performed on nothing but animal product eating baltards? Do you understand that? And the outcome of that study wasn't a science, it was a study. The outcome of that shit was that you people think that you're more intelligent than you actually are. Keep laughing. It's so funny you laugh. Do you get it? Baldylocks, do you understand what happened just now? You're not laughing. You understand that Dunning-Kruger means you people, don't you?
I suppose, yeah, maybe.
Have
You're
a
laughing.
much better understanding of illusory superiority biases than you.
Oh, really?
That was a joke.
Do you did they say that anybody was a flat earther or a vegan in that study? No, every one of them people were ball earthers. Every one of those people believed they lived on a ball Earth. And the conclusion of that study was that ball Earth zombies think that they are way more intelligent than they actually are. That is what Dunning-Kruger is. It doesn't apply to any flat earthers. No flat earthers were involved.
Do you think that globe deniers are immune to Dunning-Kruger then?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Then we can still apply Dunning-Kruger to you guys.
Exactly, but it wasn't, so you can't.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
It wasn't applied. All we know is that ball earthers from the Dunning-Kruger.
So do you think that Dunning-Kruger only applies to ball earthers?
The only thing that doesn't matter. The only thing that Dunning-Kruger has told us through the study is that you people think that you're smarter than you are.
Wait, do you think that Dunning-Kruger only applies to ball earthers?
Yes, it does. Until there's another one done that includes 50-50 blend.
The problem is that there will always, I'm absolutely certain that there will always be humidity in the atmosphere. Like, when is there ever zero humidity?
When we're doing my pipe experiment. Zoink!
Oh, are you gonna, how much money do you think you'll need for your pipe experiment? And when are you gonna actually do that experiment?
I don't know. It can't be that much. I get some funding from somebody. Fucking wouldn't be that hard to get funding together for that. It's a very, very cheap, and it would definitely prove flat or curved. The only thing that's refracting light in the atmosphere is, like I said, there's no glass in the fucking atmosphere.
Yeah, but a gas can
reflecting light.
A gas can refract as well.
I don't know. Maybe if it's got water in it. Are we gonna laugh about that? That's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, because you're literally just denying things at this point.
I'm not denying anything. You people are literally denying something.
But
the ice bucket is a chemical reaction I'm unaware of, but I'm sure there's a chemical reaction happening.
A chemical?
You're laughing, but I mean seriously.
Can you describe a chemical reaction?
Yes, water melting in a hotter liquid.
That's not a chemical reaction.
Ice melting in it. That sure is, dude.
It's not a chemical reaction.
There's a chemical reaction when that dude puts that hot surface in front of that laser. There's a chemical reaction. It's called evaporation of the water molecules.
That's not a chemical reaction.
Put that in a vacuum chamber. See what happens. Yeah, it is. Water's a chemical. It reacts. It's a chemical reaction.
It's not a chemical reaction though. Like a chemical reaction is when you. A chemical reaction is when you.
There's a bunch of different ones, but that is literally one.
A chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is when you have one chemical that reacts with another chemical. You've got to have two different chemicals for a chemical reaction to take place.
You could just have one chemical performing different things, like being superheated or being supercooled or melting.
You have. Like, a chemical reaction only takes place when
think
chemicals react with one another.
Okay, why do you? They're reacting with themselves. The ice being formed is a chemical reaction.
No, it's not. That's just ice melting.
Melting ice is not a chemical reaction.
Melting
the environment. Oh, you gotta be fucking
melting ice is
so fucking gone, dude.
Is just changing. A chemical reaction results in a new chemical being made.
Changing a chemical state. Whether it be another chemical reaction or you're just changing the chemical state, that is a chemical reaction.
No, it's not a chemical. If I add lithium to water, there will be a chemical reaction. Water go boom boom.
That's one of them. Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, water go boom boom, create chemical reaction.
You're fucking faking it till you make it. You literally have believed peer-reviewed papers, and that's what you believe. You don't believe science, because science doesn't say this.
You say that I believe peer-reviewed paper like it's a bad thing. This is like these people that
two
say,
people reading the same paper that get paid from the same place and get funding from the same place, agreeing on the same theoretical concept, is not scientific experimentation, nor does it make it valid in any fucking way.
So you do know what peer review is for, right? I'm pretty sure that AV
Yes.
Science would be able
Yes.
to attest to some peer review that at least.
Nobody publishes the peer-reviewed papers. That the peers are like, no, this doesn't work at all. The only the papers that get published are the same ones that fucking get funded from Harvard, the same ones that get funded from Yale, the same ones that get funded from. It's the same funding. It's
You're
the same funding.
you're
It's
literally making a case
not
for.
that important.
You're literally making a case for peer review.
Well, if you consider British climate, in the summer,
No.
it's less humid than in the winter.
It's not. It's impossible for that to happen. Hotter sun does not equal less humidity. Hotter environment does not equal less humidity. Okay.
How humid is the Sahara Desert?
Is this correct?
How humid is the Sahara Desert?
How much water is around the Sahara Desert? Zero
Precisely.
humidity. How hot? Exactly.
Hold
Pull
on.
up the average statistics.
Hold on. Do you want to know when the Bedford Level experiment was conducted?
Let's hear it.
Summer.
Which one? The first one, the second one?
Yeah, the first experiment was conducted by Rowbotham in the summer of 1838.
Ooh, I had a sneaky
1838.
suspicion.
That's crazy. So let's find out what the average index of that particular day is.
And in 1870, after adjusting Rowbotham's method to avoid the effects of atmospheric refraction, Alfred Russel Wallace found curvature consistent with a spherical Earth.
Yeah, he just said that. But let's get back to the humidity. What was the humidity in the air? And was it less than this?
Are you not saying that that's just completely rendered whatever bullshit you were trying to spin rendered it completely moot?
It doesn't matter. What is the temperature at that average?
Yes,
on,
it
let's
does
go, let's
matter.
go, let's go.
Because this was
Yes,
your
I
whole
know.
fucking point.
But when I'm talking about it's 500 miles of angle does not equal straight line.
How do you measure angles?
The same way the diagrams that you have brought up.
Do you measure angles in miles, or do you measure angles in degrees or radians?
Degrees.
Okay, then use degrees.
Are
Don't.
you trying to set again? Look right here. See how this is coming in at an angle now?
Then use degrees, not miles.
Yes, but there is miles of fucking atmosphere.
Okay, how many degrees would 500 miles equate to?
I don't know. And you can never know because you don't know how much atmosphere. Oh, you want to laugh about that? But go ahead and Google how many people have parasitic worms in their ass, and you're one of them. You're one of them, buddy.
Maybe.
And so are you.
No, actually, I'm not. I'm a vegan, and my body has become alkaline. My body is a hostile environment for parasitic worms.
Your body's
Your body
alkaline.
is
Oh, that's
acid.
problematic.
No, it's not. We're supposed to be 7.3 alkaline. You, on the other hand, have reduced your acidic levels to around a 3 or 4, which is very bad.
Ooh,
It is enough
I'm very
to-
acidic. Ooh, shit. Wow,
Exactly.
that's true.
And when
No,
you
it's
eat
bullshit.
parasitic worm larvae,
Have you ever heard of a concept called homeostasis?
It's exactly what the parasitic worms do when they lay their eggs.
It's like that.
You know what's funny? We want to bring up movies. Idiocracy. Everybody ate animal products and believed they were on a ball Earth. Idiocracy. It's so great.
It just goes to show that flat earthers are even more dumber than them.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about Dunning-Kruger again.
Dunning-Kruger, right.
Look.
Like, Newton was around, wasn't it 400 years ago? And then, by that time, people had been believing that the Earth was a sphere for 2,000 years.
Yeah. That's because the Catholic Roman Church forced people to fucking believe this garbage.
No, this
That's
was
because the richest people. Yeah, the richest people in the
the
country.
Roman
fucking got
Catholic
together
Church.
and fucking paid people to
Hold on. The Roman Catholic Church forced people in 500 BC to believe that the Earth was a globe. Yeah, right.
That's exactly what they did. Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
That's exactly what.
They would take,
in 500 BC.
Puritans had a book that talked about the flat Earth. They would take Puritans out of their house, and they would take their books and they would hang them around their necks, and they would burn them alive with their books. That's what the Catholic Church did. You know how easy it is to convince a motherfucker to stop believing something when you burn another dude alive?
In 500 BC.
They do that shit.
In 500 BC, the Catholic Church did this.
Bro, they fucking got BC. They had fire in 500 BC. They set motherfuckers on fire for believing
The Catholic Church.
And the Roman military power. You have no like frame of mind. Oh my god, the laughing is retarded.
The Catholic Church.
You have no frame.
BC. I don't think you realize how stupid that is.
What? Go ahead and explain it.
But BC means
That was half a millennium before.
You know that Copernicus was forced to release his heliocentric model from the Catholic Church? Did you know that Copernicus was actually a preacher? A priest? A high priest for the Catholic? Wow, dude, you sound like a fucking idiot, dude.
Okay, what's on the left-hand side, right? That is close to Eratosthenes, right? Those are the angles we're dealing with, and we see this very small deviation. On the right-hand side, that's what we'd be dealing with.
Why would it be a smaller deviation when you have
because of the small angle? That's what Snell's law
liquid.
describes.
Yeah, but I mean,
There's no doubt there.
Yeah, but you just keep saying Bedford, and then you just keep totally dismissing the huge amount of atmospheric refraction.
This is dealing with atmospheric refraction.
It's half of a dome is a sphere.
Half of a dome is.
Half of the dome is a sphere. Would you like to try and rephrase that?
Can you?
Please fucking argue
Did
that.
you fail?
Argue that. No.
I think you failed geometry. Like because half of a dome is not a sphere. Half of a sphere can be considered like a dome.
You sound like an idiot now.
But like,
you sound so stupid now.
two domes can be a sphere, but not half of a dome. What are you?
Yeah, half a dome is a sphere.
No, it isn't.
I'm ass, dude. This one is.
I could literally make a compilation video of every stupid thing that you've said in this. Like, I feel like I could make a video that's hours long with every stupid thing that you've said.
I know, man. I know.
So I was actually right when I said that this could have been hours long, because there is so much stupid that I didn't put into this video just because I didn't want it to drag on for too long. I mean, nearly going for half an hour is already long enough, wouldn't you say? But anyway, do all the liking and subscribing and ringing the bell stuff if you like this video. I need to go let my head heal because of the face palming, so I will see you in the next video. Between you and me, thank you for watching.
No, you're wrong!